put this full screen. What up, YouTube? Should I start addressing you in another way? Never mind. Hi, YouTube. My name is Riz Ill, and I'd like to welcome you back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a BURR reaction, a comedy reaction. I want to do a double, even though I wanted to do a little bit of a switch up since I did do a comedy reaction recently. I just decided to do a double today and see how it goes. I've never reacted to BURR. I've reacted to BURR, but I only reacted once because I think in that one, I'm not sure. I think I hadn't seen that clip yet. But I reacted to BURR in my channel once. And the reason why I haven't reacted to him continuously is because I'm already a fan of BURR, and you know my rule. Like, if I'm already a fan of some shit or someone, I'm not gonna bother doing the reaction because, come on, I've already, like, consumed their content. You know, it's the same as MMA, it's the same as football, soccer. It's the same with a lot of things that honestly I could be putting on this channel, but I don't, because it's like, what's new? I'm just gonna be telling y'all, are not gonna be giving me information. I'm just gonna be giving y'all information. But today I decided to try and figure out a hack. I'm gonna be looking at a compilation of BURR's political incorrect jokes. You know, maybe some will be a trip down memory lane. Maybe some will be something new that I haven't seen before. But yeah, we're gonna just check it out, and we're gonna laugh, man. We're gonna laugh. BURR never disappoints. Let's get to it. I'm so sorry.
Transgender athletes, I don't fucking understand that, you know? I understand it if, you know, you want to switch around, I don't give a shit. But I'm a sports fan. That's a really new concept to me, that you can be a dude, right? Ranked 80th in the fucking world, you had your dick cut off, you put on a sports bra, and now you're the #1 tennis player in the world, just coming out there with your man shoulders. That doesn't seem fair. I might be wrong. I might just be an old guy. I have no idea. But I'm hearing rumors like some of them are getting into that MMA. You can't have that shit. Am I nuts? That is a dickless dude beating the shit out of a woman.
I'm sorry to pause it, but yeah, I've said this on two different reactions. One was my latest reaction, and the first time I said it in another reaction. I don't know which reaction it was. But let me emphasize again: men fight and hit with a different level of power and aggressiveness than women, and I've seen that whole thing of like I've seen that MMA fight where it was like a transgender woman fighting another woman, and it's like you can already see the difference even without with the what hormone blockers or whatever they did to try and make themselves as womanly as possible. It didn't work fully, man, because I know the difference from when women fight and when men fight in MMA. There is a difference. There are some women who are go above and beyond to get to the men's level, but it's still like above average compared to men, honestly speaking. Because even like, let's say Amanda Nunes, she's the MMA goat. Oh shit, now I'm gonna be talking for a while. She's the MMA goat, but like even when she trains and like she's training with men, her trainers tell the men, yo, like, and these are men who are like like they're in the UFC, but they're not that high up. They'll be telling them, yo, take it easy on her, don't go full on with her. And this is like arguably, or not even arguably, you know, it's she's the greatest woman fighter ever in like in terms of our knowledge of human history. She's the greatest woman fighter ever, like ever. And men are still being told, yo, take it easy on her. There's a difference, bro. I even see it with when women fight and when men fight. Even our striking, like men's striking is way more cleaner, guys. Like women, like your best strikers, bro, they have nothing on some of the men who are just coming up and they've just learned striking, bro. Like uh, and then if you count grappling, that's another shit show. So this whole transgender thing, I know you guys are trying to stand up for your rights, but nah, my guy, that can't be allowed, bro. You can't be out here beating up real women. I stand by what I say. Real women. what you're doing, honestly, it's a thing in your head. It's not you weren't born that way. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Jesus Christ! He might as well hit her with this discarded dick like a flashlight. Hold still. No, it's grounded. Her grounded pound is incredible. Let's do a nice, normal, mainstream topic so everybody can drive home happy, no fights, all right? Sound good? All right, great. Let's talk abortion. There you go. Pro-choice always made sense to me because I don't like people telling me what to do. And I always just like, it's your body. Who the fuck am I to tell you what to do with your body? So that always made sense. However, I still think you're killing a baby. See? That's where it gets weird. Pro-choice people are like, well, it's not a life yet. It's not a baby yet. May or may not be true. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. But I'll tell you, my gut tells me that doesn't make sense. It's not a baby yet. That would be like if I was making a cake and I poured some batter in a pan and I put it in the oven and then 5 minutes later you came by and you grabbed the pan, you threw it across the floor and I went, what the fuck? You just ruined my birthday cake. And then you were like, well, that wasn't a cake yet.
Fuck, he's bringing up a lot of points that I'm going to be pausing it a lot to comment on them. But I am also pro-choice in terms of abortion for a couple of points. But let me try and like round it down. Honestly speaking, I am pro-choice because not because of like the whole sexually liberated thing. I believe if you choose to be like sexually active in like one of those liberated ways, have sex like before marriage or whatever, and you even mistakenly like even with all the contraceptives and everything, you have a baby, you shouldn't just kill it just because you are out here getting your rocks off. Like, that's not cool. It doesn't matter. Like, you should find a way to take care of the child. People come from like very poor places and all of that, and they find a way to take care of a child. And it was your choice to live that type of lifestyle. It's your choice to live that type of lifestyle. Now it's your choice not to kill that baby. But I am still pro-choice because of instances where women are maybe raped. Not maybe, yeah, women get raped, and then they have the child of the rapist. Situations like that. You know, and I've seen a lot of situations, like even in TV series, in different things where they manage to have the baby and everything still ends up being positive, but that's not always the case. Imagine a baby that was born out of rape being born into a family that's unstable, because not every baby is born into a family that's stable. And then the people that are in that family have so much like mental problems, and in terms of like they're so damaged and they're so abusive that they will pick on anything. And now you've given them an excuse because, not that it's the baby's fault, but the birth is literally a symbol of like something fucked up that happened to one of them. You know what I'm saying? So in those instances, then you have to be, hey, bro, do you want this stress or not? Because this is made out of like some messed up shit that happened. So that is why I'm still pro-choice, because of like instances like that. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of, again, the one thing, that whole like you having sex, you're having sex with this guy, with that guy, with this woman, with that woman, one night stands, you yay, and then you mistakenly like get someone pregnant because you've been trying not to get them pregnant while you do this, and then you decide to kill the baby. That's fucked up.
Well, it would have been if you didn't do what you just did. There would have been a cake in 50 minutes. Something happened to that cake, you cake murdering son of a bitch. Right? I think I know. I think I know how to raise a kid. You know what it is? You just play catch with them. That's how you raise a kid. You play catch with them. You just talk about life. You distract them by throwing the ball. They don't even notice. You're filling their heads up with your theories. Right? You don't do it the old school way way your parents used to. Sit down across from you. You want to tell me about your day? Right? What's that, son? We're not going to church today. Fuck that. It's all a bunch of bullshit. God's everywhere, but I gotta go down there to see him? Really? And he's mad at me down there and I owe you money? Go fuck yourself. It's not down, it's in here. They try to take it. It's down, it's in here. You do something good, you feel good. You do something bad, you feel bad, Unless you're like a...
I agree with that as a Christian, man. You don't have to go to church. Church is more of a social convention thing than a thing of like you that than a thing of like actually having a relationship with God. I believe you have to have an initial relationship with God, and honestly, church is well, first and foremost, you go there to get like other like takes and ideas on like God Himself, to discuss with like-minded people, And then past that, dog, is just a whole lot of social conventions of people coming together as like their own little community to do some shit, whether fucked up, whether good, it doesn't matter.
Sociopath, and you don't feel shit unless you got somebody duct taped upside down in your apartment, you know? And if you do something like that, I want you to feel like you can come to me, you know? Yeah, come to me, confess all of that, we'll go down to the precinct, we'll tell them everything. Yeah, I'm gonna turn you in, this isn't fucking Dexter, what are you, your mind? Have a little empathy here. Put yourself in a lesbian's shoes. Who do lesbians date? Women. Who do they move in with? Women. Who do they get in relationships with? Women. Who do they eventually marry? Women. And I was thinking like, oh my God, I did that. I know what it's like to live with one of those fucking things. I know exactly what that is. It's hopeless. Trying to make them happy. Hey, I want you the shiny thing. Did I do it right? Huh? Trying to get them to take responsibility for their actions. Not gonna happen. The best you're gonna get is I'm sorry, but I know what it's like to be winning a fucking argument. You're winning, and then they turn it around. They're crying. You're apologizing. You're thinking, what the fuck just happened? How am I losing this shit? I had you on the ropes. You feel so dumb. You gotta go for a walk. And you're just thinking, how did I lose again? And then you figure it out. It makes you feel stupid. And then you see some bald idiot with a giant orange mustache. And you're like, you know what? Why don't you take some of that shit? Now look. I know you're not supposed to make fun of femmes. I understand, all right? I don't know why, though. Why? They're not a race. They're not a religion. It's totally curable. Eat an apple and go for a walk. You know? Why are you yelling at everybody else? What the fuck are you giving me shit for? All right? You put the cookies in there. I didn't. How is this my problem?
I fucking agree with that shit, bro. Like, honestly, there are some people who are born. Some people who are born with a certain body type, like what you call, like they're born endomorph, basically. You know, they're born with a body type that's prone to like beef up more, but it can be shaped, it can be worked with, and it is a matter of like working out and staying fit is a mental discipline thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's only so much your body can help you before it starts letting itself go. You know, like I've seen a lot, like I've mentioned this, like in terms of my reactions, where it's like the hottest, like not the hot, yeah, the attractive chicks from like my school, like when I how I remember them then and how I see them now is two totally different things, because back then they were blessed. You know, they ate what they want, they did what they want, they smoked, they, you know, they had a good time how they want, and they had banging bodies. And now most of them are married, and that shit has, shoop, and some of them don't even have kids yet. It's really a matter of self discipline and how much time your body gives you before it starts letting itself go. It's the same as like even with like boxing, where the younger you are, the easier it is for you to maintain. But as soon as you get older, your body starts naturally letting go and naturally gaining weight, and naturally your metabolism slows down, and then you have to work with that. Me personally, I can't wait for it because I've been skinny all my life, so I know with the way I work out, with that weight gain and stuff, it's just gonna add to the muscle I already have. So yay me! But you basically get what I'm saying. It's a mindset thing. You don't have to stay that way. You don't have to be that way, and we don't have to like go out our way to accept you. We don't have to pick on you, but we don't have to go out our way and say, "Oh, I didn't notice you were fat." Like, come on, bro, come on.
Jesus Christ, you ate your way in, you can walk your way out. All right? And just slowly start shedding the pounds. Shove some fucking lettuce in there instead of a bunch of ho-hos, and it's gonna come down, and then you're on my side of the fence, right? Join me. Come on, say it with me. Shame. Shame! Right? I always say my wife, when my wife was pregnant, I would say my wife, you know, she's pregnant. And then I always have these people like, excuse me, you're supposed to say we're pregnant? You're supposed to say we're pregnant? It's like, well, I'm not a seahorse, so I'm not fucking pregnant. My wife is pregnant. Look at her, she's putting on weight, her feet are swelling up. You know, she's miserable, fucking miserable. I'm still doing pull-ups, I'm crushing it. While being pregnant, I'm still drinking, smoking, yeah. I saw a woman a couple months back, professional soccer player, right? She goes on to ESPN or one of these sports channels, and she starts bitching, going like, I don't understand, how come female athletes don't make as much as male professional athletes. All right? And all of these men had to sit there and act like they didn't know what the answer was. They had to sit there like dumbfounded, like, oh, I don't know. Why is that? That is a conundrum. I have no idea. Literally, I'm sitting at home screaming at the TV because you don't sell any fucking tickets! Nobody is going to women's soccer games! You're playing in a 20,000 seat arena. 1,500 people show up. That's not a good night!
Hey, yo, I already know this one, so you don't have to wait for me to give a reaction to this. I pretty much know what he's saying. This is one of my favorite bits of his. But I would like to say, in terms of this, in terms of my commentary on it, that, yeah, I find myself, like, even being interested in a lot of shit in terms of, like, in this spectrum, in terms of, like, maybe women getting some help in these areas. But when I talk to other women about it, like my friends and what, like, they don't seem to care. It's like the type of thing where, like, when something happens over there, they'll be the first to complain. But when you raise it with them before it happens, and you're like, do you know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Do you know why aren't you interested in? They don't give a fuck. They don't care. They care about series. They care about makeup tutorials. They care about the newest celebrities and how pretty they are. They don't give a fuck. Like, women, if you are seeing this, women, you're genuinely don't care. And the women that do care about even like sports, they care about men's sports. And it goes from like admiring a man to like having a crush on him. It doesn't, it evolves into that most of the time. You know what I'm saying? So y'all don't care. Y'all don't care. And when men do care, it's like y'all just y'all still don't care. Even when men care, y'all only care when shit goes bad. I'm sorry, it's true.
Voter lost his fucking ass on that dick.
Love about sports is it's a great way to tap out from the news and just watch a game and get away from it. Now there's like all these causes are getting like attached to it. Like I was watching the World Series, and I'm in the middle of watching the World Series, and out of nowhere they have this moment, stand up to cancer. I'm watching a ball game, and all of a sudden everybody stands up, holding up a sign of somebody that they either know that's dying of cancer or died of it in the middle of the game. It's just like, what are you doing?
Trying to watch a game here. No, there's a time and a place. Look, I know somebody that has died of cancer. I would never go to the movies with you and in the middle of it hit pause and be like, oh, by the way, Conan, I know this guy.
Okay, wait. In terms of that, I'm conflicted. I hope you're okay with me giving commentary. It is a reaction. But in terms of that, I'm conflicted because, okay, let's say in terms of stop racism or stuff like that. Um, in soccer, especially in Europe, you do go to places, especially like maybe we've seen instances in Germany, in Italy, where people like start doing like stuff to black players. They start hurling insults, like a whole stadium. Imagine like Americans who are watching this, a whole stadium yelling "nigger" like in unison, like a chant, like imagine not like back in the day in America. I mean like now in present time, a whole stadium like yelling that shit. Not nigga like in terms of man nigga, not in terms of the brotherly one. I'm talking about nigga in terms of like the er, like that happens in like Europe. And like when that happens, you can't just sit there as a league and as an organization and just be like, you know what, just take it and move on. There has to be like steps made to show like fans, yo, we moving in this way, and we okay with 1, 2, 3, and we stand with 1, 2, 3, and this is just not allowed. We don't care. We care about whatever opinions you have, keep it outside the game and leave it at home. You know. So they do things like stop racism. They have these little things, etc., etc., and it does help. Because honestly speaking, it's like sort of like me in school when someone like did that shit to me, and I was like, go back to your country, and then the teacher just stood there like, but she didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? And there was xenophobic racism and all of that. It's like Are you just gonna stand there and do something and let this stand there and not do anything and let this escalate, or you gonna like say, yo, bro, whatever opinions you have, leave it at home. This is school, you know. Like you have to, there has to be like certain steps. So I don't know. Well, leave your comments below if you think I'm talking bullshit, but I stand by what I said.
He died at dance. It was horrific. I could have lifted him up off the sheet with 2 fingers. It was horrible. Hey, enjoy. Oh, by the way, I got molested when I was 9. Enjoy it. No, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But I think white women started it. It's the worst. The fucking worst. It's all they do is bitch, moan, and complain. I had no idea how difficult it was to be a white woman in the United States of America. Evidently, it's really difficult. Yeah, they're always bitching. Do you have any idea what it's like to be me? Well, I imagine it would be slightly less awesome than my life. What happened to you today, sweetheart? Huh? Did they not chill your rosé? You know? Was the trolley not running down at the mall? What happened? No, it's unreal. I'm really fucking annoyed how white women have the fucking balls to throw my white privilege in my face. You know? Sort of separate themselves from these white males with their white male privilege. It's like, bitch, you're sitting in a jacuzzi with me. The fuck are you talking about? Yeah, put your fucking...
Hey yo, I'm about to be politically correct. I'm sorry. Don't come at me like, oh, this guy, blah blah blah. But it's not about the color of your skin. It's a socioeconomic thing. So let's say white women in America, I see it as like a thing of like, your men have done so well in terms of conquering the world, innovating industry, whatever it is, that you have been put at a certain place of like high status. But that doesn't mean the color of your skin, just because there's a lot of you that have been put in a higher place because of the accomplishments of your men, honestly, that it means like all of you now, because of the color of your skin, it immediately makes you like have an easy life, you know. It's slightly easier than everyone else, because like how the world identifies, like, you know, that the skin with like maybe supremacy, or like, oh, white skin is maybe beautiful, you know. Only now people are catching are going down the lane of, oh, dark skin, it's so beautiful, but most of the time it's condescending. It's more of a socio-economic thing, you know what I'm saying? Because yeah, if I was to look at it like plain and simple, I would say, compared to like my mother and all the black women I know in my life, white women have a hilariously good time on earth, and God must really love you for real. Because my mother has been praying my entire life, and she hasn't even had a smidgen of the life I've seen a lot of white women have. You know, you know, that's why that running joke of like, uh, what you call, Europeans came with the Bible, and Africa had all the land, all the gold, all the money, and then Europeans left with all the land, all the gold, all the money, and then Africans were left with the Bible. And now we're literally one of the poster childs of like Christianity and like deep worship, and be so dedicated to God. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't seem to be helping. It does it. I'm sorry, God, but you know what I mean. It's more of a socio-economic thing. You know, when I'm about to be a toxic male. When your men do good, you shine, ladies, basically. And as long as we are not have not competed at that level and won at that level, our women are always gonna have problems. So yeah, that's a thing of like us too. We need to pick our socks up. I went down a rabbit hole, didn't I?
Fucking whining. Look, here's a little caveat here, so you don't think I'm a complete asshole right out of the gate. All right, if you live in some honey boo boo lifestyle on the Appalachian Trail, you know, your uncle just banged you in the dirt. All right.
So your Christian background is part of the show.
Yes, and I wanted to talk to you about Jesus after this.
Well, the only reason why I bring it up is some people thought maybe you went a little too far. You know.
As far as what?
Well, they thought that maybe you were being disrespectful to the Christian religion.
Who did?
I'm telling you, you need to Google.
Oh, good Lord.
So did you feel you were being disrespectful, or just you were just having fun with some of the crucifixes and stuff like that.
I don't even know what I mean, we did maybe 2 jokes about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you think the Catholic Church went a little too far? More so than my cartoon.
All right, listen.
A couple of jokes. I know this is a morning show. You can't bring up all those crimes.
You know what?
Well,
Technically,
they just sort of kept moving them around. You know, those killer whales at SeaWorld, after it kills a trainer, they'll then move it up to Seattle. They don't give them their background.
all right, I'm not totally following.
Let's go.
I don't
You
think I
know what
want
I'm
to.
talking
go.
about. It's a morning show. I understand.
All right, thank you
I
for being
came on.
positive.
That kid was missed the graduation, and then it was a feel-good
It
story.
was a feel-good, and we want to leave.
If you want to feel good about America, you watch the morning shows. You don't watch this, you know.
And
We were
watch-
joking earlier. If that kid's story about the graduation was late night, that would have been a whole different story.
What do you think?
He's still missing. We can't find him. All we found was his hat. But you watch in the morning. It's great. It all worked out. He got his own personal graduation. Like, I was in such a great mood. Look how yellow this couch is. It's like the sun.
Oh shit! Yeah, I can't believe Bill Burr got to a certain level where he's been interviewed on the news and stuff. Like, he's that big in America. Shit. But yeah, man, I posted about that on my social media recently, where I was like, a lot of people hide behind God, behind the idea of our religion, behind the doctrines of our religion, and do some fucked up shit in the background. And then when you call them out on it, not even just our religion as Christians, but even like different religions, they go and hide behind religion and say, "Oh, you picking on us or whatever, or stop that. That's offensive." And it's like, no, you're just being called out on your bullshit. You know, it's like the thing with Israel and Palestine. You know, when you say you with the Palestinians or something, and then you say like some facts about what Israel has done, someone would say like maybe you're anti-Semitic or something like that, and it's stupidity. It's like you're being called out because of a certain trend with shit. No, let me not go down that part because it's gonna bite me in the ass, and I don't have the energy. Will I have the energy in the future to fight back? Let me pivot. But you know what the fuck I mean. That's been my reaction. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the post notifications. I hope I didn't bore you with my commentary. And I'm surprised that some of this stuff I haven't seen yet in terms of these different clips. And I've watched a lot of Bill Burr, like different clips and stand-ups and stuff. I haven't seen some of these jokes. You know, so it was good. Maybe like 30% of them I haven't seen yet. So this was refreshing. You take care. You never seen this before, and plus, man, I dabble in gore. I'm mellow rockin' like I'm ballin' on tour. Mellow cockin' like I come out the core. Hammer timer like I'm blind, I'm Thor. Got a couple lesbians that I know. Yeah, they sizzle like they singing galore. Cooking beats and I'm spitting that raw. I'm the type to leave.